The Mystery of Wisdom, Bobo and the Temptation in the Forest. In a mysterious forest, little bear Bobo and his friends decided to embark on an adventure. They heard about a legendary treasure deep in the forest, so they eagerly prepared to set off. "I think we should prepare first," Bobo suggested. "We need a map and some food in case we get lost in the forest." "I agree," exclaimed Rabbit White, "and we also need some tools in case we encounter difficulties." "But we must also be careful," warned Big Bear Arnold. "I've heard of people getting lost in this forest and never coming back." Bobo nodded, and they decided to bring everything they needed and cautiously set off on their adventure. In the forest, they encountered many challenges. Sometimes they had to cross huge rivers, and sometimes they had to pass through dense forests. But whenever they faced difficulties, Bobo always encouraged everyone to persevere and find ways to overcome obstacles. However, during a particularly difficult time, they encountered an old fox who claimed to be the guardian of the forest. The old fox said he knew where the treasure was, but he would only tell them under certain conditions. He asked them to abandon their expedition and help him with some tasks. Bobo and his friends were in a dilemma. They wanted to know the secret of the treasure, but were unwilling to give up their own goals. After much thought, they decided to refuse the old fox's proposal and continue on their way. Finally, they found the treasure, which was a sparkling gemstone symbolizing courage and wisdom. Bobo and his friends cheered with joy, realizing that only by believing in themselves and bravely facing challenges could they find the real treasure. When Bobo and his friends discovered the mysterious stone, they began to discuss its possible meanings with excitement and anticipation. During this process, they were tempted by an old fox from deep within the forest. The old fox, named Slick, was a cunning creature known for his mischief in the forest. Slick often liked to play tricks on other animals to test their intelligence and courage. Seeing Bobo and his friends studying the stone, Slick quietly hid in the bushes to observe. He came up with a scheme to test Bobo and his friends' determination and intelligence by tempting them with illusions. Suddenly, a mysterious voice came from the stone. "You have found my treasure. Just follow the path I guide, and you will find even more treasures. Come quickly." The voice was deep and mysterious, casting a spell of confusion over Bobo and his friends. Bobo and his friends were tempted, considering following the voice's guidance for further exploration. However, Bobo had a doubt in his heart. He felt that the voice seemed unreal and began to think independently. Bobo calmed down and carefully considered the origin and authenticity of the voice. Remembering what his teacher had taught him about discerning truth from falsehood, Bobo shared his concerns with his friends, hoping they would collectively examine the authenticity of the voice. As Bobo and his friends fell into temptation, Bobo began to question the authenticity of the voice. He looked around and noticed some unusual signs. He found slight movements on the leaves and a strand of fox fur on a branch. These signs made him doubt that the voice might be fake. Bobo quietly told his friends about his discovery and reminded everyone to be vigilant about their surroundings. They began to carefully search the surrounding forest, trying to find the true source of the voice. Behind a large tree, they discovered where the old fox Slick had been hiding. Seeing that he had been discovered, Slick grinned cunningly, trying to come up with excuses to conceal his actions. However, Bobo and his friends confirmed Slick's involvement by analyzing the evidence around them, such as fox fur and leaf traces. Bobo and his friends brought Slick to the stone and demanded an explanation for his deceitful behavior. Knowing that he was caught, Slick had no choice but to admit that he wanted to test their intelligence and courage, and he apologized to them. Through this experience, Bobo and his friends learned not to easily believe external temptations and to remain vigilant, capable of distinguishing between true and false information. They also realized the importance of teamwork. When facing challenges, working together can better overcome difficulties. Bobo demonstrated his skepticism and independent thinking ability, not easily believing external temptations, but rather insisting on his own judgment. His friends went through an internal struggle, tempted by the voice, but ultimately, through cooperation and discussion, they remained steadfast in their beliefs. Meanwhile, the old fox Slick observed everything from the shadows, satisfied with how they overcame the challenge. This story not only provides children with thrilling adventure experiences, but also emphasizes the importance of courage, wisdom, and teamwork. When facing challenges and temptations, Bobo and his friends demonstrated strong willpower and critical thinking, delivering an inspiring tale that teaches children to believe in themselves and bravely confront challenges to achieve real success.